I would now like to introduce you to your first speaker for today's event, Matt Bollinger, Marketing Manager at Verndale. You now have the floor. Go ahead, please.
Hi, welcome. I'm just going to run through a few quick introductions and then the agenda, and I'll pass things off to Pete Marston. But first, I'll introduce Joe Bianco. He's the Solution Architect at Episerver, the world's fastest growing provider of platforms that drive online engagement. And also with us in this webinar is Pete Marston, Strategy Consultant and SEO at Verndale, an award-winning full-service digital agency. The agenda, we'll be talking about mobile market trends, key benefits and challenges, some recommendations, and Joe Bianco will be leading us through a case study featuring Alloy Technologies. And at the end, we'll be concluding the webinar with a Q&A session. So without further ado, I'll introduce Peter Marston to begin talking about mobile market trends.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks to everyone coming to this webinar. Hopefully this is informative and useful knowledge for you. I figured before we start going into the trends, it may help to just set some definitions to how we define mobile sites and mobile SEO. There's a lot of buzz around mobile these days, and there's different types of mobile, and whether it's websites or whether it's mobile apps themselves. Really what we're concentrating on here is mobile sites where they're really websites built specifically for mobile device browsers. And when we talk about mobile device browsers, we really kind of narrow that down to tablets, smartphones, and other handheld devices, things like iPods. As far as mobile SEO, we're really talking about how people increase their mobile website visibility through mobile device searches. Essentially what keywords and key phrases organizations or people are using to search for information via their mobile browsers. So kind of kicking into some of the trends here, there's a bunch of things kind of going on, but really simplified, there is a significant amount of traction going on with the actual mobile device market. There's right now, through some research that Morgan Stanley has done, it's showing that mobile device purchases are growing at an eclipsing rate to computers. And really what that means is through the years to come, there's going to be more and more people using mobile devices, using those mobile devices to access web information. And as part of that, they're using those devices to search the internet and try to get more information while they're on the go or where they may be and trying to access that information in a different way. What's actually happening is that search behavior is changing a little bit. Previously, and what this graph is really kind of depicting is how search behavior is performing between the different types of devices that are out there. Computers, it's kind of a mixture of different types of search terms where they may be using one-word key phrases, they may be using 2, 3, 4, 5, or even greater than 5 keyword phrases. And there's kind of somewhat of an even set of distribution across those different areas, with obviously one-word key phrases, 3-word key phrases, and 2-word key phrases really being the predominant ones. And this is a sample of a client that we've been working with, looking at their SEO strategy and how mobile can fit into it. Tablets, the search behavior that's happening with those is a little bit more increased towards the one-word key phrase searches, and then there's a little bit of anomalies where there's a multiple keyword phrase search. But as you look at what's going on with smartphones and handheld devices, it's significantly one-word key phrases is what they're looking for. And the key reason why there's a lot of growth and there's a lot of buzz within the mobile industry right now is just simply because it's a lot of greenfield opportunities for organizations to accomplish some of their marketing goals. Really to get more brand awareness through optimizing their sites or creating these mobile sites so that the search engines can generate search results for these organizations. Helping to engage the audience is really these mobile sites tend to be more simplistic to use in nature in terms of very specific call to action, allowing the actual users to go into the site, accomplish something that the marketers, the brand owners that own these sites are really wanting and pointing these folks to do. And then finally, all of this comes down to an improved customer experience for the actual customers or prospects that the marketers are really trying to engage with a little bit more, is just offering another medium that's going to be able to help them grow their prospect base. along with these benefits and ability to accomplish certain marketing goals, there are challenges organizations fall into when they actually try to implement their mobile sites. And really, it comes down to a couple operational activities. One is being able to efficiently and effectively manage content across their traditional site and their website. It can be a challenge at sometimes to have multiple tools or multiple different types of platforms to manage that type of information and really help the organization from both an IT and a marketing standpoint or business standpoint, providing the right messaging to the right people. Also, there are some organizations that really want to have some flexibility in terms of having a separate mobile site or a separate traditional site and manage those in a different fashion. Being able to deliver custom, personalized types of messages to the mobile audiences that may have a different type of behavior versus the traditional audiences. Also, a key challenge from an IT standpoint is how to provide these different types of experiences across different mobile browsers. So there's different types of platforms, different types of technologies, whether it's a tablet, whether it's a smartphone like an iPhone or an Android or a Windows mobile app. They all have different ways in rendering pages, so sometimes that experience can be different. Added to that is cost, obviously. Sometimes implementing a mobile site can lead to some increased costs for the organization, and managing and controlling those costs can be a challenge. On the SEO side, this is really a combination of that prior slide where we showed you the computers, the tablets, and the smartphone search behavior, and really kind of showing you how patterns is somewhat different. And what it really means in the end is that you really can't have a central SEO strategy that applies to each type of scenario in terms of having a long-tail key phrase strategy for your website and then applying that long-tail key phrase strategy to your mobile site. It's a different mechanism by which people search. It's a different mechanism by which people are consuming information. So in the end, the challenge can be, how does this really affect your key phrase strategy, and how does this affect how you are doing your on-page optimization? Really, how you can overcome these issues is simply through a basic framework and set of best practices along strategy, process, people, and technology. Really, strategy starts with knowing who your audiences are and getting a sense of what their preferences and search behavior may be. And it really comes down to developing that initial key phrase strategy, identifying the key phrases that are resonating for your traditional site audiences and how those may be consistent or may be different than with your mobile site audiences and their search behavior. From a process standpoint, it's really about setting up some governance models and setting up an initial baseline. So once you've got that strategy settled, you need to kind of figure out how are you going to manage this from going forward, and how are you going to be able to adjust and adapt and be agile as search behavior changes and search patterns change. So you need to have that initial baseline and kind of develop those sets of metrics so that you can have something to measure your performance of your search strategy and help give you some clues as to where you can execute against that moving forward and where you may need some change. The other piece, and probably most important, is really people. People, you need to have leadership. You can't just execute this without having some leadership buy-in, especially for large organizations. It's very tough to try to execute a mobile website and also bring out an effective mobile SEO strategy simply by just trying to do it as a daily task. In large organizations, you're going to need to have executive buy-in, showcase what the value is, and really have leadership push and pull the organization through the project initiative. The other piece, kind of bringing everything together, is technology. Technology enables you to execute that overall strategy and your overall your marketing goals as an initiative in total. So what I'm going to do is actually take you through some work that we did with Alloy Technologies, really kind of showcase some of the examples of developing that strategy and developing the actual framework for the baseline and governance model moving forward. Very simplistic type of tool set that you can use yourselves. Here, this is really just a listing of the keywords that Alloy decided to optimize their site for, simply based off of research that we've done against search volumes on their site and what people were searching for from a computer standpoint, from a mobile handheld device standpoint, as well as tablets. And you can use simple tools like Google AdWords to help you understand what these search volumes are and get a sense of how you may optimize your existing site pages for things that people are going to get driven to your site and the site visits that can generate from those search terms. So overall, we've got two types of key phrases. We've got non-branded keywords, and then we've also got branded keywords. So out of all these, there's 25 keywords that we've optimized or at least set for a strategy for Alloy Technologies, 5 of which are actually set for their mobile strategy and things that we really wanted to help facilitate on their mobile site. And those 5 are noted in red here. Going into the process and kind of governance side, really what we boiled this up. It can get down into deeper details and deeper metrics, but really what was important to Alloy was where it's ranking on certain pages on certain keywords. And this is taking the strategy and seeing how they're doing right now, right today after they developed that strategy, and where they can improve. So the basic numbers here are showcasing that they're having 11 rankings amongst the different commonly used search tools that are out there, whether it's Google, Yahoo, or Bing. And within there, they're not currently ranking in any number 1 position. They have the largest amounts of rankings in 11 through 20, 21 through 30. And really what this means is that there is some good news that they have some rankings right now, but moving forward, once they implement this SEO strategy onto their site, there's an opportunity for them to improve. Basically, 5 keywords out of 25 are currently ranking, which shows that out of the total, 20% is really ranking right now. Something that they could use forward to improve that site or improve their rankings is just the execution of that strategy onto their site through some sort of technology tool. And really, that baseline helps set the benchmark for moving forward and seeing how they're actually comparing against what they had set their goals and objectives to be. And this is just simply a screenshot showing what the next frequency, and this is something that organizations can really choose on their own, is how often they want to measure this, if they want to measure this on a weekly basis, if you're getting a lot of site traffic, or if you're hoping to get a lot of site traffic quickly, or if you're a very small organization, this may be something you may do on a monthly or quarterly basis, just to kind of see how that execution is really working out. Because it does take time to see how the overall strategy of your mobile SEO is going to really kind of come together. So right now, I think what I'm going to do is turn it over to Joe, and Joe's going to take you through how Episerver CMS helps you enable your SEO strategy, as well as help you build a mobile site quickly and easily.
Thanks, Peter. If you give me 1 second here just to share my desktop. Can everybody see the demo site that I have up? Peter, are you able to see it?
Yes,
okay.
it's showing.
Excellent. Well, Peter, thank you very much for doing a great job talking about the strategy that can help you improve your mobile presence. What I'm going to be demonstrating today is how the Episerver technology can help you actually implement that strategy. So what I'm going to show you is how Episerver CMS along with Episerver Mobile Pack, enabled the marketing department at Alloy to easily implement a mobile site. With the Episerver tools, they're able to reuse content from the desktop site and in some cases create content that is unique to the mobile site. And with Episerver Mobile Pack, they can also preview and render the content in multiple devices. Furthermore, they definitely need the ability to apply distinct SEO attributes to their mobile content because, as Peter described, the search terms are more simplistic when it comes to the mobile devices. So last but not least, the Episerver solution really enables them to manage their entire web presence with a single login. You'll see that I'm not going back and forth between tools, that it's one unified experience. So the key mobile features I'll be showing you are based on Episerver Mobile Pack, which is a free download that's available on the Episerver Developer Community site, which is located at world.episerver.com. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the demo. So what you are seeing right now, we're actually in the editorial interface of Episerver CMS. And the way that Alloy has implemented their mobile strategy, they have two separate sites. On top here we have the Alloy Technologies site, which is your standard desktop site. And then we also have the Alloy mobile site. And as you can see, the mobile site has different content than the desktop site. Some of it is shared and reused from the desktop site, but we're not actually using all of it. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how you can actually reuse the content. So let's say we wanted to take this Alloy Meat product page that's on the desktop site and also have that on the mobile site. It's as simple as just going into the product section of my mobile site and creating a new page. All I have to do is give it a name and then go to the shortcut tab here where I can basically select the content that I want to reuse. So if I select the Alloy Meat page on the desktop site, then I can click Save and View and preview the page. Now you can see here, because we're in the context of a mobile site, we're actually previewing it on our iPhone horizontal. But with Episerver Mobile Pack, you can see we can view it in various different devices. So, for example, the Android horizontal, or maybe you want to look at the iPhone vertical. So once you're satisfied with the changes and everything looks okay, and you previewed everything, you can just publish the page just like that. So now the rest of the world can actually see the mobile page that's reusing content from the actual desktop site. So the next thing I wanted to show you is that, of course, if I wanted to make an update to the content for this product page, I don't have to update it in two places. I simply go into the desktop site, type in a change, and then I can publish that. So now that I've published the change on the desktop site, if we go back over to the mobile site, you can see that the change is reflected there. So very easy to share content across the sites. I can also create pages here on the mobile site that are completely unique and have their own distinct content that is defined on the mobile site. So now that the page has been published as a mobile version, Alloy decides that basically they're going to learn a little bit more about the user's behavior, and what they realize over some time is that the search terms are simpler for the mobile site. So the same search terms that they're using for the desktop site aren't necessarily appropriate for the mobile. So if we go back to the desktop site here, I can view the actual SEO attributes for the desktop site, and you can see we have a title, description, and keywords here. But the keywords, there's too many of them for the mobile site. So what I want to do is go to my mobile site and specify some different keywords there. So navigating to the Alloy Meat page, if I go edit this one, you can see the SEO tab has its own values, which I can basically override the values that are being defined on the desktop site. So I can put a page description in here, and then I can also get my simplified keywords. I'll just cut and paste them in here. So now you can see we have distinct SEO attributes for the mobile page. Now the last thing I wanted to do for this page was go over to the settings tab here so that I can control what keywords actually appear in the URL of the mobile page. So we determined that, let me just copy these over here, that these keywords are the most relevant in a mobile scenario. So you can see in the page name and web address field, this is actually the last piece of the URL that's going to be displayed in the browser, which the search engines are sensitive to and will pick up those relevant keywords from. So now I can just save and publish the page, and we have unique SEO attributes for the mobile page, but at the same time we're reusing content from the desktop site. So hopefully you can see there that, Verndale's mobile SEO strategy combined with the Episerver tools, Episerver CMS and Episerver Mobile Pack, will enable you to quickly and efficiently build a competitive edge with your mobile presence. And for now, that's all I have. Peter, if you want to take it from here.
Sure. So really, this is a open time for questions. If anyone wants to send some questions in, feel free. Give it a minute here. I got one here that is asking about how mobile SEO is different from mobile marketing. Actually, mobile marketing is kind of a bigger piece of marketing. Mobile SEO is just is a smaller aspect of it. Obviously, there's different types of campaigns and different types of activities, from emailing, from PPC standpoint. There's a whole bunch of different ways to handle that. It's a slightly different topic, but something else that if you want to talk further about that, we're more than happy to talk through that at a later point. Looks like here's a question for Joe. Joe, what mobile platforms are currently supported with Episerver?
Currently, it's more of a factor of the templates that are constructed for your site. So really, there are no limitations in terms of the mobile platforms. Again, keep in mind that we're talking about mobile browsers here, not actual web apps. But your templates essentially can be built to support whatever devices are most used by your customers.
All right. Well, if no one else has any questions, thanks for attending here. If you need to get in touch with either me or Joe, or if you want some more information, feel free to reach out to us. We'll be happy to help.
In addition, look out for an email from us in terms of providing the full Q&A session that was in terms of all the questions that we may have, as well as an additional white paper, both featuring Mobile Pack as well as the trends, challenges to mobile SEO that will be coming your way as well.
And yes, we will include in that email. We'll include the ability to have a copy of these slides, so you can download those as well. Well, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.